demonstrate Underwriting Decision 1.0 would be to walk you through a hypothetical underwriting situation. In this case, we will be underwriting a local full-service barbecue restaurant. The underwriters will work on these tabs from left to right. As we move to the first tab, the underwriter will select all rateable GL exposures. We will confirm that we reviewed the website and that we have captured all of the rateable GL exposures. We will confirm the home state. Having participated on many underwriting audits, one area where underwriters have consistently failed is matching named insureds with assigned operations, particularly in the case where there is multiple named insureds on the policy. I'll demonstrate that here. All the operations from above have been pulled forward. You will see that on the rateable exposures, the general liability class code has been pulled, as well as the SIC code. The third named insured is a real estate company that leases the property back to the other two named insureds. Therefore, that is not a rateable exposure, and it will show as not applicable. The underwriter will move to the next area, which addresses risk quality issues. We did not require financial statements. Internet reviews were generally favorable. Based upon this information, we feel the overall risk quality is at least a little bit above average. However, the risk profit potential is still only average. Input claim information. Input all the claims data. We'll move on. This is the main GL checklist. You will notice the named insured and the dominant GL classes have been pulled forward. Loss costs are available on rating worksheets. I will input some sample ones here. Input a target loss ratio. If the risk was experience rated, input an experience mod. Input a schedule mod related to risk quality characteristics. Not all underwriting information is equal or maintains equal credibility. We will input the top 4 information sources that we based our decision on. You will notice that it gave an overall reliability rating of the information as generally reliable, but we may require additional information. We'll consider the class. Class hazard. Underwrite the premises exposures. And control. Life safety. Being a restaurant, they probably do not have pools, beaches, or playgrounds. Rate the premises loss potential. BI, low severity, and high frequency. Property damage, low severity, and low frequency. We can now underwrite the contractual liability and risk transfer exposures. Restaurants typically do not carry much exposures in this area, so we will call this do not apply. Underwrite the personal injury and advertising injury. We'll page through all of the special class exposures and controls. They are not a retailer. They do manufacture and sell the barbecue sauce. I will rate the product's exposure for the barbecue sauce as low severity and low frequency. rate the restaurant exposures. They are not a contractor. No professional liability exposures. We've completed this checklist. We will move on to check for error. In the left, you will see the questions. On the right, you will see the results. Any errors will be shown on the right-hand column. If there was an error, it would show up in this cell. If there was, the underwriter can go back to that question, answer the question, then return to the error report. No errors. The general liability loss analysis is a rough loss rating program. The cells that are colored are cells where information needs to be entered. For the most part, it is all pulled forward except for the manual premium. The sales data has been automatically filled based upon detrending to show a little bit of growth. The underwriter can override these numbers if they feel they have more accurate data. This page generates an expected loss rate and losses based upon individual experience, a worst year loss rate and case numbers expected, a class loss rate based upon loss costs, and a loss cost expected, and a selected loss rate and loss pick based upon either the expected loss rate based upon individual experience or class loss rate based upon class experience, or a combination of the two. In this case, it is a combination of the two because of the risk size. Loss trending is done. Loss analysis is performed that discusses the losses as it relates to profitability. Moving to the right, this page has written up the underwriter's documentation based upon the selections to the questions that they have made. As an underwriter, I like to highlight this, copy, and paste into a Word doc. From here, it has been converted to pure text, and I can use this format to customize the underwriting documentation. I also like to go through and eliminate non-applicable areas. Now the underwriter has complete account underwriting documentation that is in action-oriented language to explain what they were thinking about when they underwrote the account.